All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi, Ba'Shem Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. In this lesson, I'm going to be talking about how certain earthly men, right, can be quite impressive with some of the things that they do, right? And before I go to that, I'm going to go to Jeremiah 9:23. Thus saith Yahweh, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches. And certain people in this world have been given from the hand of Yahweh a heavy portion of each of these, right? There's some people in this world that got a whole bunch of wisdom. They got a whole bunch of, there's other people that have got a whole bunch of might. There's other people that have got a whole bunch of riches. And then on top of that, there's some people that Yahweh gave two of these free, right? And then on top of that, there's certain people in this world that Yahweh gave all free, right? And if you was to see these people in the world, they're actually quite impressive. Their talents that they've got, they're quite impressive, man, right? But for all the impressive stuff that these people have, and for all the way how these people will be amazing, Yahawashi is way greater than all of these people, man, right? Because when Yahawashi comes to the earth, everyone's going to know about it, right? Where some of these famous people in this world that have got talents and they've got skills, they might be a singer right now, right? That's the best singer in India right now. But we over here in the UK ain't never heard of them before, right? But everyone on this earth, for the most part, man, has heard about Yahawashi, right? There ain't nobody that don't know about the Bible and don't know about Yahawashi, man. But now whether they believe it or not is a whole nother story, but they know about him though, right? And his story is still spoken of when his life on the earth was about 2,000 plus years ago, right? And then when people end up seeing him after a long time hearing about him, how much more greater is Yahawashi going to show himself to be than all these people in the world that we see that people glorify right now, man? I've got fans that do concerts and all of these stuff, right? Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. Right? So he's going to come with clouds, man. And in particular, he's going to come with his own special chariot that is so big that you can't even see where the beginning of it is and where the ending of it is. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, and it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. So people will look deep into one of these celebrities' eyes, right? Right? They'll do an interview with him and that. Like you might have a Piers Morgan and that interview Kanye West or someone like that, right? And they'll be all looking all up in his face, asking him questions with an arrogant nature and that. Why did you say that on the interview? Why did you tweet that, right? But Piers Morgan will definitely not be able to even stand in the presence of Yahawashi and be able to look up, right? And how do we know this? Well, one of the believers in the Lord, right? A believer in the Lord, man, wasn't able to look in Yahawashi's eyes. After he's seen Yahawashi's face, he had to look down, man. Revelation chapter 1 and verse 13, in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head, and this is going into the image of what the Lord looks like, man. So for all you people that are trying to say, oh, that Middle Eastern, Middle Western and all this, oh, he was olive skin. Yeah, he was olive skin, man. Dark olives. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. Right? Yahawashi's hair is white like wool, and so is the face and the hair on his face too, his beard. Right? He's like wool. And his feet like unto fine brass. What color is brass, man? It's brown. But let's say that it used the color of a lighter metal. It wouldn't even matter, because it says in the next part of the verse, as if they burned in a furnace. And his voice is the sound of many waters, meaning that his skin is very dark, man, and his voice is loud. Right? Verse 16, and in his right hand had 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp two-edged sword, and his countenance was as the sun shineth in his strength. Verse 17, and when I saw him, I fell at his feet as dead. Right? And he laid his right hand upon me, saying unto me, fear not, for I am the first and the last. So all these people that want to try and make out like, oh, Yahawashi is just nothing. He's something special, man. And when when John seen him, he fell at his feet as dead. So he had just enough time to see that his eyes were a certain way, to see that his hair was a certain way. But when he saw him, and that's why it mentions the feet, man, the feet color being brass. Because after he seen him, he fell down, man, and couldn't even look at him in the eye no more. He fell at his feet, man. Let me go back to 2nd Ezra 13. Because for all the impressive ways that these people are in the world, right, and they've got all these lives that people want to follow after, right, and that, right? And they'll be fans of these people. Yahawashi is greater than all of those people. He's greater than all of them. And even those people that everyone bows down to now are going to bow, right? Isn't Yahawashi the King of Kings? So for everyone in this world that gets reverence and people call him a king, people idolize these people and that, right? Yahawashi would make them people bow. And the only thing that Yahawashi is less than in this whole world is his father. So how great of a spirit is that, man? Yahawashi is the only one that can say, Yahweh made my spirit. Personally. So how can you say that you're not supposed to worship that? How can you say that? 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 3, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen on him, so no one was proud. When they saw his face, they were shook, man. Terrified. Right? And whensoever the voice out of his mouth, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. That's the chariot, man. So not only is he coming with clouds anyway, but he's going to have his own personal one. That's a large size. Verse 7, but I would have seen this region or place whereupon the hill was graven, and I could not, meaning you couldn't see where it began and where it ended, man. You couldn't tell. You couldn't tell where the start was. You couldn't tell if you were standing on the left hand side, on the right hand side, if you were standing in the middle. You couldn't tell. Couldn't tell if you was near to the end of it. Couldn't tell if you was near to the front. That's how big it was, man. And how nobody on this earth's got nothing like that. You might have a celebrity or whatever that they got a yacht, a Lamborghini yacht, for example, or they got a Benz. You might have a Floyd Mayweather that's got all of these cars, right? But Floyd Mayweather, for starters, just in terms of his stature, he's not the tallest Israelite, right? So even that makes people look at him in a certain kind of way. Whereas Yahawashi is the tallest Israelite. When Yahawashi is seen in the scriptures giving crowns to the Israelites, he's taller than every single one of them. He's taller than all of them, man. So how can you say that you're not supposed to praise Yahawashi, right? For all the great ways that these earthly men have, right, and that they gain people wanting to follow them and wanting to be like them, wanting to dress like them, wanting to buy the same coat as them, wanting to do something the same as them, right? Just wait till you people see Yahawashi, man. He's gonna be greater than all of these things, and I'm gonna end the lesson there. Shalom.